You know how people talk about having a sixth sense or a gut feeling? I never really bought into it until this one day during my junior year at Penn State. I don't usually hang out at the library. But I had a long break between classes and figured I'd find a quiet spot to get some work done. My mom, who also went to PSU, always talked about studying in the central stacks, so I decided to check it out, if you've never been. Picture this, multiple floors filled with endless rows of towering bookshelves and super narrow. It's deep inside the building, so there's no natural light. It's basically a massive, creepy maze of books. I went in and started walking down the aisles, looking for a desk. It was almost completely empty, so I found a secluded spot pretty quickly. At first, I thought, perfect, no distractions. But after just a few minutes, this awful. Heavy feeling washed over me. It just felt wrong, eerie. Then, out of nowhere, I had this overwhelming thought. Someone was murdered right here. I'd never heard any stories. It was just this gut-wrenching intuition. I just knew. So I pulled out my phone and Googled murder Penn State Library. And there it was. In 1969, a 22-year-old student named Betsy Aardsma was stabbed to death in the central stacks. Her killer was never found. As I read more, my blood ran cold. She was found between rows 50 and 51 on the second level. I was on the floor directly below that. I slowly turned around to check the sign on my aisle. I was sitting at the end of row 50. At this point, you'd think I would have run out of there, but morbid curiosity took over. I had to see the exact spot. I went up to the second level and found it. As I stood there, between rows 50 and 51, the only sound was this incredibly loud humming from a nearby air vent. The noise, the isolation, the story. It all hit me at once. A wave of pure panic crashed over me. I bolted, scrambling down the stairs and bursting out of the stacks into the bright, normal library lobby. I lived alone off campus, and for the rest of that week, I was terrified. As soon as it got dark, I'd turn on every light and keep the TV on all night, even while I slept. I couldn't fall asleep unless I was buried under the covers. I never studied in the stacks again. I'm a senior now at a different campus, but I still visit my friends at Maine. But you will never, ever catch me in those stacks alone again. Some feelings you just can't ignore.